Hi guys, hi everybody. Welcome to Singinbee Talks. You heard them before. Um, Today I am here with Ogooluwa. That's all I know about her.
Yes,
Ogooluwa,
sure.
please can you tell us something? Introduce yourself. Let's know who you are.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Ogooluwa Yimika. It's long, but yes, I'm a girl. As you can see, I'm a Christian girl, a Christian Yoruba girl. Like I like to introduce myself, and I also have a YouTube channel. I like to talk. Like to have conversations like this. So that's pretty much.
Okay, what do you do on your YouTube channel?
Well, my YouTube channel is tagged Your Opinions Boys. And basically we just listen to different opinions on subject matters, so it's pretty much something relating to this.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically giving everyone an opportunity to share perspectives, share opinions and on different subject matters. So yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
okay, that's beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Let's start with that.
I'm trying to remember how my weekend went, but okay, yes, I spent my weekend at work. But the latter parts of it, the earlier hours I was at home, but the latter parts were spent at work, spent on the road, in the middle of not the middle of the night, but like it was good. It was good. I can't say I rested properly during the weekend, but like
Oh
it
wow.
was good.
So
It
you
was
work during the
engaging.
weekends?
Yes, I
What do
do.
you do?
I work at a studio,
Okay.
right? I work at Grand Studio. And basically, I work when there are sessions. Of course, you cannot tell customers when to book their sessions. So basically, when we have sessions, I come around, and some people like to book their sessions from 10 to 12 in the night. So
So you have
however
to
it
be
is,
here.
yes, basically
Wow.
when there are sessions. So
And then
yeah,
some book their sessions during the weekend too.
yes,
So
yes,
you have
yes.
to
So
be
you
here.
cannot really you can't really control when or when they don't have, except you maybe you don't want the owner of the studios specifically says I don't want a session so time. I don't know if he really does that, but
Okay. Okay.
yes.
So how do you balance your life and the like studio session? For example, now you say you're a Christian girl. Yeah, I am too. And
Glory,
then
glory.
and then probably on Sunday in the morning you have to be at church
Yeah.
and there's a studio session at that time. How would you
Ah,
juggle that?
so as it is, right? I I'll start from the beginning. So how do I balance my life? So I've not been working here for a very long time, right? It's something I recently started, and I'm a recent graduate waiting for NYC to let your people go, right? So
How?
I'm chilling,
How?
right? And I was just because I had to wait for a period of time before I wanted to take this job before, and
Okay.
because NYC wasn't a particular stage at time, so I had to stall a little because I thought I was going in January. And this is all the way back to May. So I was just like, why not just take the job now when NYC I decided to push it all over again? So yeah, I am here now, and life has been, normal. Now that I've started working, I've not experienced that Sunday morning thing before. So
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
very frank, I don't know how I'm going to handle it because I took up the job. Nobody forced me to, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm doing it for so long. I started to do it while I'm waiting for NYC to start, and it's going to be next month by God's grace. So if for any reason that happens, I can always do online service. That's one.
Okay,
In my
okay,
church,
okay,
there are
okay.
3 services, so I could have either attended one of the services and then come to work, or I can always find a balance to it. But yes,
Okay, okay, beautiful.
thank you.
You seem like a very interesting
I
person.
am. I am.
So I'm very much interested about your YouTube show. Yeah,
Okay.
can you like brief me through probably one of the things you've discussed on it? You said you discuss on like different perspectives of life. Yeah, so I just
Okay.
want to.
One of the things. One.
Yes,
Okay.
just one of the
One of the
things.
things I've spoken about is on social media, opinions, influences, and impact. And that's a very broad topic. It's very broad. So I feel like if I even start talking about anything, it's going to be long. But yes, social media impacts and their effects, pretty
Okay,
much.
because why I asked is that when you have, I am somebody that when I want to talk about something, the thing that is very much easy for me to talk about is mental health awareness.
Okay.
Not
So
like
that's
I'm a psychologist,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I am just somebody that tend to understand people psychologically, and I can tell when somebody is emotionally fine or not.
Okay.
So when somebody asks me what I love talking about, that's what I'm going to say. So what I was asking was that I just wanted to know something that interests you so
Okay, okay,
much.
fair enough. Yes.
That interests you so much. So what's your take on social media impact?
To be very fair, I did a video with somebody, like it had to be a guest conversation. I first shot
Okay.
one by myself and then I shot another person. And then
Okay.
we came to some kind of, dialogue. We're asking, has it done more harm than good, you know. And I feel like the negative could be more, but to be very frank, there are a lot of positive sides to social media.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what end of social media you're really on that determines what you get from it,
Yes.
right? So I feel like social media has its good and bad, and it really depends on how much you are, willing to take from it. You can always curate your feed to give you Christian stuff, to give you food, to give you funny stuff. And some people's other side of social media is really just toxic, right? So I really feel like one of the things that my guest said was that to an extent you get to a point of getting so influenced by what people have to say. I mean, a comment could pull you down, a simple retweet, many things have
Yeah.
an effect. I mean, social media has an effect of changing our world. That's how I put it, right? So I really feel like it depends on maybe how much you built yourself, because there are some people that no matter how many comments you throw at them, it's not going to
Yeah.
move them because there's some building they've gone up to. And another thing my guest said that day was that he's working. So one of the advices he gave was that he's working on himself so much to say that, except I think something for myself, except
Yeah.
I know that this is what it is, I believe, I don't, I'm not going to anybody to tell me that this is how to do something, or so far he doesn't believe it, he's not going to take it. So I feel like it's very much dependent on you one way or another, how social media affects you. So yeah.
Yes, yes. I think I am interested in this topic because
It's deep.
the way you're talking about it, it made me remember last week. As a last week I was feeling like I was useless.
Many reasons
How
why.
am I going to say it now? I was feeling really bad as a last week. Not because I did anything wrong,
Yeah.
but I spent so much time on social media last week. Like I
Understandable. Fair,
consumed
fair.
a lot of content. And when I was done, I saw so many celebrities' content. I saw so many people that they were doing well and all that. And when I was done, I started looking at myself and I was like, oh God, when will I make
I'm
it
the
in this
viewer.
life?
I'm simply a
When
viewer.
will I make it in this life?
Right.
For example, I saw this person because I follow her a lot and I like her content. Diary of a Kitchen Lover. Coming
Okay, okay, okay.
from me, that I'm an African girl, and everything we eat in our house is swallow, rice, and spag. So I'm always following her content back to back
Yeah.
because I just need to see new recipes and then create them. So I saw that she left for Kenya. Yes, she left for Kenya, and there was a time she went to Ghana too. And what she's going there to do is just that she just wants to go there, take a tour, so she's going to know what they
New
eat, what
recipes
they
and all of
drink.
that.
Yes, yes, new recipes. And in
People's
my head
lives.
I'm like, God,
Life is different for a lot of people.
I've not even entered aeroplane before.
Oh God, I beg.
I've not even entered plane before. Yesterday I was talking to somebody. She was telling me about the things that children love to do,
Yeah.
and then I love that so much because she kept on talking about her children and she was saying so many great things about them. If I was telling my brother when we left there that she adores her children a lot, but she now said something that she has 4 children, and then she said the two first I think the first son and the first female. I'm not sure if it's a son, but the
Yeah.
first 2 children are into the medical field. Yes. So I think one is a nurse, one is a doctor or something like that. And then the other one she's into business. I think she's studying business administration currently.
Mhm.
So the other one, the last one, is in SS2. And we're just talking about her and how smart she is. And then she was saying something like, um, ah, we are yet to know what she wants to study. That they don't know what she wants to study yet. I'm not like, I was not telling them that, no problem, nada, don't worry.
She will eventually
That
figure it
she
out.
will eventually figure it out. She not say, and she has even figured it out. So she said she wants to be a pilot. And I said, that's nice. Say, God forbid. My child will not be a pilot, though.
Never.
I said, why? I was even thinking she wanted to say that.
Safety.
No, I didn't even think that way. I was thinking that maybe this is Nigeria. Oh, my dearest country. But I was thinking she wanted to talk about how our daughter is not going to be able to learn a lot of practical aspects
Okay,
in the
okay.
university, or
Eh.
how much she's going to spend
Yeah.
to study a course like that. What will she say? It's a year when they'll say plane crash. Plane crash.
Fair point. But
Every time,
it's
plane
weird.
crash. I was just looking at her like that.
Mama, calm down.
Do you know that it was very funny? But that was a turning point for me. I was feeling like, God, in my life, I've never entered an aeroplane. God, see that of a kitchen lover. She just going anywhere she
Anyhow,
wants to go. I just see so many celebrities. They just stand up. See the AMVC that you just did. All of them see their clothes.
Looking up.
Somebody will say, hey, this clothes is 1.2 million, somebody 2 million, somebody 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you say your clothes is it costs 1.2 million, you look like you don't really have much to them. And in my head, I'm like,
Yes.
can somebody just give me 500k? Let me
Let me
face
start
front.
something.
Let me face front. So the content that like I have taken in, it really affected me. But I just felt like that was a turning point for me, because I felt like, oh, there are some people under this planet that think that if you are a pilot, they will be plane crash and you will die.
And you're looking for when next you're going to enter. I mean,
Exactly.
the next opportunity to enter a plane. I feel
It was really funny. It was really funny. But I really love what you do. I'm so
Thank you
excited
very
about that.
much.
I think this is the very first time I'm going to bring somebody that talks a lot.
Glory
Not
to
talks
God,
a lot,
of
yeah,
course.
but like that has a YouTube channel, or that has a
Okay.
show,
Yeah.
and then talk about different things on it. And I'm so excited about what you do, because
Thank you.
there are certain how did you feel when you were coming here?
Well, in my head, I was just like, okay, let's get to it. I don't really know what we're going to talk about, but I feel like it cannot be that bad. I should be able to turn up. I mean, I've already, I also have a YouTube channel. I should be able to, So I'm just like, let's just get to it. Pretty much, let's just get to it.
Right, beautiful.
It.
There are some shows that when you go there, you are going to be kept on a tight spot. Like,
Yes.
they are going to put you on a hot seat.
That's it.
You-
That's the word. Hot
Yes,
seat.
you. There was somebody that came here before. Shout out to Damilola Ariel. When she came here, she was talking about how she was so nervous when she wanted to start, when we wanted to start the episode, and she was saying, because she was looking at it, and she would not say, "What did you eat today?" If you were to do this, what would you do? Like, she was thinking it was
Some
just going
kind
to
of
be
hot
some
seat
kind of questions
yes.
that I would just say, can you date a married man? If no, why? If yes,
I
why?
get.
So she felt like she was going to be on a
Yes.
hot seat, and then, but since you said, when you talked about how you do your shows, it sounded like something that people can easily come and they can easily express themselves. They can easily talk about things that have been going on in their hearts for a very long time.
Topic, yeah.
And that's a great thing. That's a very good thing. So, how are you?
I'm all right. You know what? It's a whole long story. I don't know if I should even be sharing it, but
Please share.
I'm a little cold because rain beat me this will I say this morning or afternoon, but yeah, so that's kind of like part of how I'm doing, right? But to be very, summarizing, I'll say that I'm fine. When I say I'm all right, it means that I'm not all great. But I can't say I'm all great, but
yeah,
I'm
but
fine.
doing
Yes,
very
I'm
well.
all right. Yes.
Hang on.
I'm
Hang on, you'll be very well.
By God's
At the
grace.
end of the day.
For you, I pray at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Actually,
at the end
I'm
of the
looking forward.
day. And I mean, the rain is a blessing from God. Yeah, it's just
not
always
beat me now.
annoying. It's always annoying that rain will decide that the day I want to fall is the day that you are going out.
Why?
That's just the painful part.
That's the painful part. Don't just
Yeah.
beat me. Fall. Don't just beat me.
Yes, let me just be in my room
Be free,
and
let me
be
be free.
sleeping. Then the rain is going to fall.
Simple stuff. I mean, but yes.
Right. So basically, let's get straight into the business.
All right.
We are currently exploring our childhood memories and all that. Okay, I feel like we'll get there. We're going to get there. We are currently. Is there anything you can remember that you did that was very stupid when you were young?
When I was young.
That was very, very silly.
You know, now this is where you come to that hot seat moment. When I'm asking this kind of questions, then like my brain just used to go.
Okay, it's gonna just go like
Yes, I used to
you're not going
forget.
to remember at that point.
on the seat.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to remember. I'm just like my brain is just blank.
Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Let me tell you one. Let me
Okay.
tell you
Maybe
one that.
to spike a memory.
Yes, maybe it's going to spark a
Let's try
memory.
that.
I remembered when I was in. I think I spoke about this thing a few months ago.
Mhm.
I remembered when I was in SS2. So I did not quickly gain. Okay, not that I not quickly gain addiction. I didn't quickly start my menstruation.
Okay.
I went to a boarding school from JSS1 to SS1.
Okay.
And when I was in GSS2, I had juniors in GSS1 that they started it. And
So you're like, what's going on?
yes, I mean, I'm older
Yes.
than you people. What do you mean?
I mean,
what
I'm
do you
your
mean you
senior.
started?
Actual senior.
And then, because I was the senior now, And our specialist could not do everything. She usually delegate duties to
Yeah.
us. You will think we were big sisters, like actual big sisters.
Yeah.
So anybody that starts period, we know what to do to that person. We're just going to call the person, okay, this is what you are going to do, this are you going. I had not started, but I already knew how to
Yeah. Go
use
about
the pad.
everything.
I just know everything. I know when you have to change, I know how to dispose
Yeah.
it. And when I got to GSS3, I still did not see anything. So and
Still
I
is
started
coming.
asking my mommy that
What's going on?
I think it was that time that I even heard that there are some people that are hermaphrodites that they are girls but they will be boys too. So
God, I beg.
like
You seem like you were seeing
yes,
signs.
I was not telling my that I think I'm a hermaphrodite. I didn't know
Oh,
anything then.
yeah,
I
of
didn't know
course,
anything.
of
So I was
course.
just like, hope is no this thing that they told me. But my mom was like, I should calm down. That if I quickly start, I'll quickly finish it. Oh, that I should calm down. It will still
Now
come.
that
I
you've
will
said that you want
get
to finish it.
tired. I want to finish it.
Of course. It's better to quickly finish
I'm
it.
telling
But
you.
I
So
know.
she now told me that I should not worry. When it was my SS1, when I was in SS2, I changed my school to
Yeah.
a different school, and at that point in time, I was a day student. And when I was going to school, I usually see my classmates. They are going to take part. And that nonsense we do that time. It was really sacred. I don't know why. Till today, I'm still trying to
It's
figure
childhood
out.
stuff. You don't know.
But we
That's
were
it.
always we were always trying to hide it from the guys. Like, please, do you have pad? We can write it in papers. We'll not the guys will know that that's what's going on.
Yes, yes. But
We are always so
what's the
dramatic
hidden
about
what's the
it.
hidden thing if they already know self?
I am telling you. It was
What's the
so
secret if the secret is in the open?
I just used to feel like I cannot wait to start my own period. So that's me too. I'm going to do this thing.
Oh.
So that I'm going to like say what's pad and all of those things. I'm telling you.
I
Glory to Jesus. I eventually started my period. There was this night that I slept and I woke up, I saw blood. I went to meet my mommy. I was shouting. I said, Mommy, yes! I'm now a woman.
finally. Oh God.
My friends usually tell me that time that when they started their period,
You were
their mommy
crying like
called
you don't
them.
understand
No,
what happened.
I
Oh,
remember telling them that their mommy called them. They were telling them that
well,
now
you knew what's up.
you have to be careful. If anybody sleep with you, you are going to get pregnant. Oh, but my mommy did not tell me anything because
Shishi.
they've told me and I have asked,
You know it, yeah.
because I was so curious. I've been asking. So if I start my period, what should I do? They've taught me everything. There's
Yeah.
nothing more to learn. I immediately went to meet my mom. My mom was like, congratulations. Are you sure you not put blood tonic in this thing? I said no, because I've tried that nonsense before. I said no, this one is actual blood. And then in the midnight, it was just very small. And then in the midnight, it was a lot. I was so excited. Really,
This
really,
is the first time.
really.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was excited. Yes,
Excitement.
heavy flow, nice. This is what I like. I was going to school the next day. So my mommy gave me, I didn't have, okay, I think I had pads then too. Because people were
In
always coming to our
abundance, yeah.
school and then they will
Okay,
share it. So I was
give.
always keeping my own that when I eventually start, these are the ones I'm going to use for. So I had enough pads at home. I used one when what am I saying? yes, I used one when I was going to school that morning. And school ends, we end our own day by 3:30. Yeah.
Okay.
So I knew that once it's around 12, 11, I will have to change the pad. But guess what? I did not take another pad to school. I did not take one. I intentionally did not take it. When I got to school,
Oh, so
when
then
it was
you
now
ask.
12, I was not doing good. Please, what's pad?
Oh Lord. I did you know what's funny? I did not see you coming back here. I forgot.
I was not doing
Oh.
please, what's pad? Like my classmates were not saying, you started your period. I was not saying, since now. Since, but I don't usually want people to know. But today I did bring my pad.
God.
Like all of them today we're not running. Please, she needs pad. Go to the toilet. We'll come and meet you there.
Oh,
When I
God.
went to the toilet, I was like, yes. Even the guys, they're not saying coming to meet me. Like when I came out of toilet, all those guys, they were very, very nice. They were not coming to me to that. Are you fine? Are you okay? I was like, yes. They were not saying, so you too. I was like, what do you mean? Excuse me. Oh God.
Many things we do to I get you. I feel you. Let me know that I get this very much.
And then every time I think about it, I used to think, what was that for?
To feel among them.
What? what was the meaning of that? I
Oh
just wanted
God.
to. I just wanted to do one nonsense. I just wanted everybody to know that yes, I've started my period. And it was very, very funny. It's
For
like
real,
every
for
time I
real.
remember it now, it's always very funny to me. So is there anyone you remember?
No.
No?
No.
What did you do when you were
God.
a baby? What did you do during your childhood days?
Like when I was in school, right? In
Okay.
school most especially. I'm really trying to remember. I'm trying to ah
Were you in a relationship?
no
Did you
no
have
no
a
no.
boyfriend?
In fact, I've still not even public announcement. I've still not even entered a relationship now.
Like
So
in your
never,
life,
never.
you've
So
never been in a
that one is not
relationship.
part of the experience. No,
Wow.
it's not part. So that one no is out. I'm
Wow.
trying to really
Power.
it's a power.
Power to you.
Oh
Ah.
God. It's a power. No, no, no.
Oh my goodness.
It's not like that.
But me, I was not in a relationship throughout secondary school days, so sha. But I think the reason I was not in a relationship, my classmate there made me believe that I was ugly.
many
They made
things,
me
many
believe I was
things.
not fine. And if I see those people today, I'm going to
What are
well,
you doing?
I'm going to
Just show your face.
I
Show
can
me your
slap
face. Show me your
them.
face.
They made me
I
feel
mean,
like I was not fine. Nonsense people.
I'm really trying to remember a lot of things because when I was younger, my brother literally asked me, "Are you normal?" I said that yes, because many things that they did as my siblings,
Okay,
like
yes.
once school was over, like I would rather just prefer to go back home. Like, mom, just come and pick me. Once the exams are over, I'm not going to school anymore. Like, I'm back. So it wasn't like school was terrible for me, but I'm
Okay.
not like school. So I was more of this child that was just after we are done with school and everything is done and dusted. Can you come and pick me up? But we are quite a number. I have 6 siblings, right? And so
Okay.
once, of course, everybody different personalities. My brothers like to
Yeah.
play ball. My sisters would like to spend some time with their friends. My friends used to go home early, right?
Okay.
So once school is done, I'm just like, can I go back home? My brother asked me one time that, Ugo, are you sure you're normal? I said, yes, I'm normal because many times you wanted to spend more time in school. And let's say because we changed school eventually,
Okay.
and this new school was closer to our house. So once we were done, I would just go back home, and my mom starts, shouting at him and telling him that if I can come back home early, what are you still doing in school? So of course, me rushing home is affecting him. So he asked me, "Are you normal? Why are you rushing home? Are you not a are you not
Can't you play?
a student like me? Are you not a child like me? Can't you, I was just like, I was even telling him that I'm going to shoot a video about this recently. I mean, very
Okay.
soon, but something that's going to come very soon. So I'm still really trying to remember many things. Definitely, I cannot say that I did not do anything in school. I'm just trying to remember what are the foolish things that I did. It's just keeping my mind. I think most times for me to be in an argument where you just want to win an argument, right?
Okay.
And whether or not the argument is baseless, whether or not you are saying out. So it's when I've grown up and I realized that some arguments that I argued, God, it was not necessary. It was not necessary. Like, so even still when I got to university, I'm just like, go, you should have done better. I should have just let this argument lie. I mean, lie, but I can't remember very specifically some foolish things that I did in secondary school.
Yeah.
Funny thing, you know what's funny? When I'm out
Okay.
of here,
You
I
are going to-
remember.
you start
I
remembering.
remember them in numbers, but I can't remember them now.
Okay,
And it's
what
paining
what
me.
of when you were like much younger, like when you were a child, or something that you regret that you know that this thing, let's say I knew I would have done it properly.
Ha, ha, God, oh. Now you should like give me a prompt so that about this video so that I will remember because I still cannot remember.
Oh.
I still cannot remember. Like I said, I don't really like school, so I was
Okay.
focused on my books.
But were you
and-
in a boarding school?
No. I went to
Okay.
the throughout.
Okay.
Throughout.
There was no a senior kind of issue in your
No,
school.
funny thing, I was not one. I can't say I was one of those students that was bullied at all. If at all, I not bully you. I was also not a bully, but no, I was a good girl to a good extent. So I can't say that I had any experience with sing. Okay, well, there was when we were in JSS1, of course, the whole JSS2, JSS1. So when
Okay.
when you just enter secondary school, right? There's a feeling of, oh, I'm in secondary school. You as a JSS1 person, you are so excited that I'm no
Yeah.
longer in primary school.
Yes.
And then there are your immediate seniors, JSS2, that feel like, oh, I'm no longer in JSS1, I'm now a
Yes,
senior.
a senior.
You as a JSS1 student, you're not a senior, right? So you're just like, so there are these students in JSS2F, or JSS2C, or JSS2B, specifically, I can't remember. We used to have like I don't know how the period was clashing.
Okay.
It was for fine arts or something like that. So they used to come and, kind of like be bossy to us and do some kind of things, and we just show them to that, we're not taking this thing from you, that even though we are senior, no. So we used to, there was some kind of rival between junior and
And
senior. It
senior
was crazy,
class.
but we used to feel like, I think I was one of it, Sha. when I think back, I'm just like, these things
It's not avoided.
could have been avoided by all means, right? You just try to show them that you're also some people senior, and you cannot boss us around. Even if you boss those people, like you cannot those kind of things. But yes, I remember. In fact, I remember one particular person's face in particular, but I will not mention because
Ah.
it gets this one in particular. She's like one of the persons that everybody wanted to make sure that, because she used to seem like she was this senior that I don't take nonsense. If I tell you this thing, oh, they will even tell you that, don't do that. This person, no, she won't. And you're just feeling like, even if they can do this
Yeah.
person, you cannot do it to me. So everybody wanted to do, boss man a little bit. I'm just like, we could have avoided those things a lot. But that's just one of it. One of it, to
Wow.
be very frank. But I won't say there are so many. Like, my life wasn't so dramatic
Okay,
in school. Let me not lie. It wasn't so dramatic. In fact, when sometimes I think back and say, what did I really do in secondary school? I had my small clique where literally like three, and
Okay.
it was good. And they used to go home early, and me, I'm just rushing back,
Yes,
rushing back to
yes.
my house. So school was simple. I think what's more dramatic is in my house, self, like because of my siblings. So
Oh.
yes,
But are you still friends with certain individuals that you went to
from
school together?
from
Yes.
secondary school.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Like
I am.
actual friends.
Yes.
Like you are still very close.
Yes,
Oh
you're so
my
good.
goodness. I don't have any. My character was so bad. Oh,
I still
I
have a
was too
number
wicked.
actually.
I don't think I have one. One. I can remember when I was in GSS 3. There was one of my friends that she was my very close friend. She came to meet me that she want us to end our friendship
She actually said
in
that.
school. That Dami, I want to see you. And I went to meet her. I want us to end our friendship. And I went to write letter to another person that, please, can we be friends?
Oh, some crazy stuff as
Yeah.
well.
That was not doing. Oh my, it was so bad. But there's just one that I remember that I want us to talk about, because before we actually read out shout outs to everybody.
Yeah.
And then there was one I think there was one message I got. So we have to read that too, and then we call it a day.
All right.
There was when I was very, very young. I think my sister had chicken pox that day. So she was at home. I think I was as young as 4 years.
Mm.
I don't know how I can remember, but I can remember.
Very clearly, yeah.
I can remember. And how I was able to know that I was 4 years was because I calculated when I like, now that I'm grown, I calculated it and I realized I was 4 years at the time.
Yeah.
My sister had chicken pox, so she stayed at home. And my brother too followed me for no, did my brother go? It was just me. I followed my mommy to a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was, I think, a 3 years old birthday party. Yes, and when we got there, you know that game that they are going to be passing something around, and like, for example, now we are passing a pen around, and when whose hand the pen stops when the music stops,
Yeah.
is the person that is going to come out and answer the question. And then when you win the
Okay.
question, you be the winner. Yeah, so they keep calling people to come out with that thing, and then the person that answers the question is the winner. Yeah. So we're not passing papers. Like, we're passing that thing. I can't remember where exactly we were passing. It was with me. It was with me for a while, though, because I love attention. Oh my goodness, I really wanted to go out. It was me for a while.
I
They
can
didn't-
understand. I can relate to that. To be fair.
Yes, they didn't really. They didn't stop the music immediately. Bring your hand. Immediately, I just. They now stop
Stop
the
this.
music. You now know the most annoying thing.
Oh, God.
They now call the person that got it, and they ask the person
A
question.
very simple question.
A very simple question. The person didn't know what's the name of the person that is doing birthday, and now
Oh,
this the person.
God. It was paining you.
In my mind, as little as I was then, I was thinking that, what did you not come and do in this place? If you don't know the person that is doing birthday, and you don't know the person's name, who invited you? Why are you here?
What are you looking for?
That was how I went to tell my siblings. My siblings told me that, don't worry. We were still 3 then. They said, don't worry. My mommy now went out. So my mommy now went out. We now went to carry wrapper. We now put it on the floor. Went to carry stones. We took flowers too. We have a flower vase then.
Yes.
So we just took the flower inside. And we took this thing that we usually use for prayer. What's the name? Shekere. I think shekere. That was how this my brother. I don't understand. That was how my brother was not took the shekere. Was not doing the shekere was not doing my brother had big gunu.
Asaza.
Ask them that what I made it. They say we are doing calculation that we want to call the person that missed the answer. And we were actually there. We were calling his name that you, this boy, that you did not get the answer and you did not lay down below that to win. We
Oh God.
call you
Children in
now.
their wisdom.
That was when my mommy just knocked.
Oh
Come
God.
and see the way we packed everything. We just packed it. And till today, I can still remember that. What was the meaning of that rubbish?
Why did you do why did you what you did?
What was the meaning? What was the meaning of that nonsense?
Call them
Eh?
forth. Call them forth.
I'm telling you, please let's have the shout out. And
Funny
then
thing, this reminds me of
okay.
something. It reminds me of something when you were much younger. But this was not at school, it was at home. So there was this lady that came to my house. She's pretty big. She's actually
Okay.
fat. And so my younger sister just whispered to me and said that, she's very fat though. I mean, my own wisdom, I'm like, I'm a very confident child. I'm very bold and all of that. And so I said, I'll tell her.
Wait. I've missed it now.
I'll start again.
Okay.
So a lady came to my house.
Okay.
She's big. She's kind of fat.
Yes.
So my younger sister came and told me that, this lady is fat though. That she's fat though. I was not like that. I'll tell her because I was feeling like I'm very confident. Like I can tell her that kind of thing.
That
I can
she's
say,
big.
yes, what's
Okay.
there? I mean, I'm confident. And so I told my sister that I'll tell her what you said. And so and I said, Mom, my sister said that you're fat.
Ah,
And what she, you know how it seemed because for her it was more like
was she
body
much
shaming.
older?
Yes.
Are you serious?
So she didn't respond at all. It was when I grew up I realized that she felt bad.
That was
She felt bad for what I said because I mean, imagine you being very fat or you being very small. One child
Yes,
just comes to
yes,
tell you it's
yes,
painful. So it was when I grew older I realized that what I said actually hurt her. Like I was not being confident. I was rather being foolish as a child. Right?
Yes.
So I was just like,
You were just being wicked. Very
because
wicked.
there was no need even for me to slime my sister. There was no need for me to tell her that, it was just one of the things that I also
Yes, you just
remember one
wanted
time
to.
feel like this girl is, I mean, she's so confident and free. There was another time my siblings had a lesson teacher and he came to our house and I was one that went to open the gate. And so when I got there, I don't know if I think it was the sun that was very, I mean, you can imagine when the sun is very scorching.
Yeah.
The man coming from all the way from wherever he's coming from. And I was just like, I was like, who is at the gate? He
Okay.
said, it's me, Mr. Shotowa, the lesson teacher. I was like, which Mr. Shotowa? I don't know the person. He said that Moyo's lesson teacher. I said that, sir, I don't know. I was now laughing at the back of I was not laughing at the back of the gate. So I did not open it for him for a while. I don't know how long he stood there for. Eventually, they opened the gate for him. He now got inside. He now told my mom that what I did, for me, I was catching cruise. That I was happy. I was like, I know how to play. He said what I did, it really pained him. My mommy just called me and told me to stood down. I said, why did this man do me this strong thing that he did? But it was later that I grew up. I realized that what I did was
actually
very
wrong.
very wrong, very foolish, very bad, very wicked. But many things that you do to just make yourself feel like, there was another time. This one was in school. My brothers,
I know the way you are remembering now.
my brother's mates. My brother's senior with about 7 years, right? And his classmates, me, I was in maybe like JSS1 then.
Okay.
He was in SS3. And so I was just feeling like, when you're just learning some things, the company you keep, right? The places you go to. And all this, back then, they'll just be saying some kind of things that would be like, this is what is raining now. Excuse you, or something like,
Duh.
thank you, dog. All those responses. And so as he was saying some things, I was just giving him those responses. And I was feeling like, they will feel like this girl is overwise or over smart. He just pinched me. It was a silent pinch. He didn't let anybody know that he did it. He just pinched me and said, if you say that nonsense again. I said, shoot. And now I just left the place. I just knew that it was there and then I knew that I did nonsense. I just realized that no, you're not being touche and being all, I was just like, oh no. So these are one of these situations that I did things that when I look back, I'm just like, why did you do that? But that's just part
I'm
of
telling
it.
you.
There's more, I'm sure, but I can't remember.
Oh, you can't remember. That's enough.
I can't remember.
This last one is very, very funny.
No, it was. I just left.
Yes,
I knew
I
that.
can remember that there were times like that. That once you hear a new word,
You want to
you are
use
going
it.
to overuse it.
You want to
You know this that we're saying now.
Like
It's been out for a long
a
time.
very long time.
A long
A
time.
very long time.
I came back from school that day. I think I was in primary 5. I came back from school. My sister was washing my daddy's car. She was not like, today, Dammy, like,
It went on. Not necessarily.
like, like.
Unnecessary
When she was
likes.
saying like in my
It want
In
to
my
use it.
head, I was thinking I was this game mad.
What happened to this one?
What's the video like? She didn't do that. Like, if I tell you what
Like,
happened, I went to a larger place
like,
and they were telling me that I took something. Like, seriously?
oh, yes, yes, yes.
Like, guy, I was like, no, I would not do that. So she was like, no, like, Danny, like, no.
Oh God.
In my head,
I
that was
was
the first
doing
time I
this
was
one.
hearing, like, I was like,
What,
I was not
what's
listening to
going
her
on?
story.
We are
And
just
that's why
hearing
my
the
story
like,
doesn't even have a plot now. I just knew that she was saying, like,
like
any small
seriously.
thing, like, oh, we did nonsense. Please, let's read out the shout out because
That's it.
we have to go very soon. So I think we have about 8 shout outs here. So I'm going to read 4 and then I'll just give you the remaining 4 to read out.
Okay.
To so this shout out thing, okay, let's start from the first person. For the Children's Day, the first person, this one is coming from Boluwatife, the big sister. She's sending the shout out to her 2 darling little sisters, Precious Boluwaduro and Favor Boluwatinshola. And here's a message to them. I just want to tell them again that I love them and I will always be their number 1 supporter. And they should keep shining. Oh yeah, let's clap. That's nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Boluwatife. And Boluwadru and Boluwatinshola heard your message and they're so excited about it. Yeah, I know they'll be excited. And then next up is from Adejoke, a proud mom. She's sending the shout out to her children. And here's what she has to say. I cherish and love them all. You see all these mothers, very, very, very short.
Funny thing.
I cherish and love
Let's
them
keep
all.
it simple.
Thank you so much. And shout out 3 is going to this one is from Oluwa Damilola. She's also a big sister. Oh, this is off. Sorry. Sorry about the breaking transmission. Please, we are going to. Yes. So this is from Oluwa Damilola, also a big sister. A shout out goes to our kid sisters, Afikode Abigail and Anu Oluwapo. I know these people. Here's a special message for them. Happy Children's Day to my lovely sisters. May your day be filled with laughter, fun, and adventure. You are a shining star, and I'm so proud of the person you are growing up to be. I hope your day is as bright and as beautiful as you are. May it be filled with joy, playtime, and all your favorite things. I'm grateful to be a part of your life and to watch you grow into a kind, smart, and talented individual. Keep spreading your wings and soaring high. Never stop exploring, learning, and dreaming big. You are loved, cherished, and celebrated. Not just today, but every day. Happy Children's Day, little sisters. Um, Now we have another shout out from Olatunji Abosede, a loving mother. She's sending this out to her boys, Champion, her first prince, and Courage, her second prince. Here's what she has to say. Happy Children's Day to my wonderful princes. You are so amazing, kind, and smart. Thanks, my precious princes. I love you, Jelly. Okay, so we are from 5 now. Oh, yeah.
All right. So this shout out is from Faith Ibiwoye, a devoted mom. She's celebrating her children, greatness, peculiar, bliss, and flourish. Here's her heartfelt message. Celebrating this special day with you, I pray you will all grow to be relevant to all. Number 6 says coming from Mr. Oyekunle, a loving dad. This is the first that we are seeing. So glory, glory, glory.
Hallelujah.
He's sending this one to his daughters, Emanuela Omaomi and Benedicta Omotola. And here is his message for them. Wishing them happy Children's Day. I love them so much. Shout out 7 is coming from Mrs. Olawale, the children's coordinator. She's not even their mom, right? Her shout out goes out to all the children of FBC Ogunbade.
Oh, that's my church. I sent this into my church group chat. That's nice. That's my church.
Here's what he wants them to hear. Is he a share? Oh, well, yeah. Arise, shine, and fulfill God's mandate for your life.
Amen.
This one is from a loving father who reached out with a special request. He's sending a big shout out to all the children of First Baptist Church, Ogunbade, and also to his very own beloved children, Inumidun, Ibimidun, Idunu, and Olamidun, Olabiyi. Here's his message to you all. I celebrate you. Keep growing in joy, wisdom, and strength. You are deeply loved and blessed. Now this is the last shout out. Finally, we have a shout out from Dickiness Abola, a
Ah,
proud mother.
woo. Continue, continue.
She's celebrating her children. Sheung Abola, Yola, Damlola. Oh, you see your
My mommy.
Damlola Agola,
Oh my
Samuel
goodness.
Agola, and her little baby, Ola Oluwa Agola. Here's a beautiful message. Happy Children's Day to my children. Omo ki dagba lowo iya re. You will,
Ah, oh.
you will excel and be lifted up in all areas of your life. Amen.
Amen.
Please
Amen. Oh,
follow
mommy,
me.
thank you.
Read
Do you know
Yoruba
what
that
she
is
said?
there.
She said, "Omo kin dagba lowo iya re." My mom is always saying this thing. You know, the last time she said it, she slapped me. That was like, do you know what it means?
Oh, like
That
a child
as a child, you
you
never
never,
grow.
yes.
You never grow.
The fact that the age difference doesn't
I'm telling
reduce.
you. That, no,
I'm
you're
still your
still my
mother.
child. Yes, my first sister, my other sister is married though.
But
She's wishing her happy
you're still
Children's
my
Day.
child. You're still my child.
Thank you
It's
so much,
fair.
everybody, for sending your shout outs. We really appreciate you. And happy Children's Day to every child
Happy
out there.
Children's Day to
Yeah.
every child out there.
Happy Children's Day. And then we got just we got just one message. I think it's a dilemma message. So a few months ago, a I sent a link. It's still on my Instagram bio, and it's something about confiding, singing, where people send in their dilemmas, and then we discuss about it, or we just say what we think they can do. And I saw somebody's own. I thought about it. In fact, I'm confused, but I'm going to read it out now.
Okay.
And let's just read it out and talk about it. So before I read it out now, I was thinking that people are not interested in this confide in singing thing. But now that you're interested and you guys are actually sending in your messages. So if you have anything that you want us to discuss from time to time, you can send it in and then we'll discuss it in one episode. We'll discuss it together. Yes. So this is hi Singinbee. This person no write her name. Okay, I even told it's even better.
Confide, right?
Yes.
Confidential.
Hi Singinbee. There was a time you asked us to send in our dilemmas, and I sent mine, but I noticed you haven't talked about it yet. Yeah, sorry. Since you are currently speaking on family and maybe children too, I felt this might be the right time to send it again. I'm 24 years old, but my mother still beats me. And when I say beat, I don't mean just a slap or shouting. I mean full punishment, kneeling down, being flogged with a cane, treated like a small child who has done something very wrong. It feels like how a 4-year-old would be punished for stealing meat. That's how I'm treated, even now. This happens almost every time I make a mistake. My mom doesn't see me as an adult. I don't think she ever has. When my friends talk about how they relate with their parents, how they talk freely, or even correct them when needed, I just stay quiet. I've never had that kind of relationship. I've never felt like a grown up in my own house. For a long time, I didn't question it. I thought it was normal. But then I got into a relationship and my boyfriend started pointing things out. He was the first person to tell me that this is not okay. Every time I mention about that, every time I mention that my mom still beats me, it bothers him deeply. Now I'm starting to see it too. Something is not right, but I don't know how to face it. What can I do? The message is long.
But yeah, but we
But
get
yes,
the message already.
so we get it. And
Yes.
she's asking what she can do. Yeah. Okay. I think the concluding part is now I'm starting to see it to something is not right, but I don't know how to face it. I love my mom and I know she loves me too. But how do I explain to people that at 24 I'm still being punished like a child? Is this child abuse? I'm, I'm not even sure what to call it. What I really want is to sit down, we are, and talk like two adults. But she doesn't see me that way. In her eyes, I'm still a child who must be corrected with force. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. That's all. What do you think?
Oh Lord, this is me. My friend sent a Zikokoma just I think it was on Saturday. And I was reading through, and it was very much related to this. How I want to say students, how children have been able to grow to stand up to their parents to just make them realize that I'm no longer a child. There were different scenarios, right?
Yeah.
And I was like on the fifth one when matters arising in the studio, came up and I could not complete it. I had to journey back home and all of that. I still have not completed it, but I'm just really thinking, like, wow, it's really not a coincidence that I saw that post before, having
Before
to,
seeing this,
seeing
right?
this. But one thing I can't remember all that I read. One thing I'm just reminded of is that there has to be a point of confrontation eventually, because whether I like it or not, is like our parents are the ones that kind of like will I say they've mold and form us to a particular age because they are the building that we need for the future, right? Because I would like to say yes, formative years when you're still very small. Imagine you don't have any supervision, right?
Okay.
But at a particular age, probably at the age of
I think it's 18.
from 12, 13, you start to discover for
Yes,
yourself who
yes,
you
yes,
are.
true,
There's
true.
some kind of self-awareness that a 7-year-old doesn't necessarily have, right? And it's
Yes.
important that once you've gotten to that point of awareness that you actually, are led to be more expressive. Now, once you're 18, it's like there's a whole new different bracket entirely. There's a whole new different thing. But as it
Exactly.
is that things are still this way at the age of 24, it could be that first
24.
it's crazy. First of all,
Hey.
they might need to be some kind of show of responsibility and show that, oh, you're very much not a child anymore. And to be very frank, some conversations are hard, but it doesn't change the fact that they need to be hard, right? So
Yeah.
even though it is going to be really hard, you don't know how the outcome is going to be, you might need to step out of the shell, however, I don't want to say forcibly because then again we're still supposed to honor our parents, right? So as much as possible, keep the bond or keep the relationship, but still pass the message. You could, I feel like that's one of the, I wanted to say you could go and, carry out some research on how you can pass out this information, but I feel like that's one of
That,
the
that,
reasons why you
you
asked in
sent
the
it
first
here.
place,
Yeah.
right? So, but as much as possible, you need to communicate this with your mom because whether or not she believes it, whether or not she likes it, you are an adult. It's not a lie. It's a fact. It's a truth that you're an adult. And one day, like our parents, you see them at some point in time telling you, go and marry, go and marry. If you're going to marry, you can't be
24.
flogged, right? If you're going to carry on with your life, if you're going to start a family of your own, if you're going to be able to say for yourself that I lived a life that is worthy of the calling, if you're able to say that I lived a life that for my own self, I mean, when our beyond your family, beyond your immediate nuclear family, the life that you're about to start cannot be dependent on your mom anymore because you're already
Yes.
past that age. So you need to
Yes.
get to a point of confrontation because that's part of being an adult too. If you're still setting for what is being available, then you're not really stepping up to the responsibility of taking your own life in your hands. So even if it's going to be a hard conversation, I really, really think like the starting point is really just conversing with your mom about it, no matter how hard it will be, because and then show some level of responsibility. But I feel like showing a
Yes.
level of responsibility is even at the age of 20 and 21, still trying to you're trying to, still get them
Figure
to
out.
believe that
Okay.
I can handle myself. You're trying to convince them. You pass the
Okay.
convincing age. Right now, you're
Yes,
no
you're
longer
no longer a
convincing them.
child.
You're no longer a child. It's time to have a conversation, woman to woman, adult to adult, and really just sort things out. And even if she doesn't want it, even if she doesn't agree, sometimes you need to pull out by force, right? And then eventually she's going to be all right. But she's going to be fine eventually because it has to be
Yeah, she's
done.
going to adjust.
She has to
And then I
adjust.
feel like I'm just I'm really thinking out loud. Where is your daddy? Where is your daddy? Is if your daddy is if your daddy is alive, I feel like you can come together and talk about it as a family. But in as much as you need to talk about it, what are you doing? Who are you? What are you doing currently? Are they still giving you money? I'm not
Many
saying
things,
that. Yeah, yeah. There are
responsibilities,
so many
yes.
things that is going to let.
I'll
See, your
cause it
parents can disrespect you a lot. Parent disrespect you a lot,
easily.
a lot, and you can't take it to heart because, of course, they are
You're
my
still collect,
parents.
yes.
Yes, but I mean, are you still collecting money from your parents? Are you still disturbing them? Do they still give you money to get
Are you still
things
very much
as
dependent on
little
them?
as part? Yes. Are you still very much dependent on them? It matters. Things like this matters because I am trying to figure it out now, and I'm saying 24, 24. My mom teaches in a government school,
Yeah.
and there was a day I visited her at school, and I saw somebody very grown. This person is, I think, is 17 years and is in GSS1. GSS1. Now, imagine how that person parent is going to be treating him.
Yes.
For him to be 17 and in GSS1, it will be in SS3 by 23. So they are still going to be treating him like, of course, a little child because it's still in as much as his age is growing, it's still going to be a situation of age is just a number to them
Yes.
because of
Course.
course you
It
are
has
still
to be a
in
number.
that, yes, you're still in that cage
Confinement.
that okay, you still have to go to school providing a guardian or a parent.
Yeah.
So what exactly are you doing? What are you doing currently? Are you taking responsibilities? Are you
For
do
real.
you understand what I'm saying?
Age is just a number so far you're
Yes,
not showing that you are a
showing that you
particular
are a
age.
particular
Yes.
age. So are you really showing that you're 24? Are you really doing things that is showing that you're 24? And in as much as we've talked about all that, let me tell you, head on, it's child abuse, it's domestic violence, it's child abuse. Your mom is
You're not
abusing
even
you.
child again because you're no longer a child.
Adult abuse.
Adult abuse, oh.
Woman abuse.
Human abuse because God.
That's violence,
Ah.
domestic violence at its for
Speak.
your now imagine that person's boyfriend now beating her.
Is it
She will
normal
not
thing?
even see it like something that is different, that is a problem. And this is how we all enter into different problems and we enter into different domestic violence issues. So please, what are you doing? Everything Ogo has said, so talk about it, trash it out. You have to talk about it, and you really have to talk about it. You have to forcefully talk about it. Yes. So
I feel like one of the evidences of being 24 is stepping up and speaking up. So it means that you have to step up your
Yes.
responsibility and speak up
Yes.
because communication is a skill. You
Yeah.
need to communicate.
dear human,
Dear
please take responsibility and talk to your mommy.
human. Yes.
And I was even thinking that
Mommy has to
you
stop.
can tell your mom that, mommy, let's forget that we are mommy and daughter. If the two of you just stay that, okay, let's show who can fight who.
You winner.
Let's see how it's going to happen. Mommy, let's forget that you're my mommy. Let the two of us fight.
Yeah.
And maybe people should just see the winner. Or you can tell her that you have a boxing game that is a mother-daughter thing, and then just take her there.
Use your
Call some of
continue.
your friends. You people should just form something. Just take her there and beat her.
Remember,
Beat the life of your mommy.
we are children of God. We are children of God. Honor your father and your
Okay,
mother.
that was on a lighter mode. I beg, don't beat your mommy. So that you not be cursed. Yeah,
For
so
real.
I think that was a very beautiful one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a
So
pleasure.
yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
really do appreciate your presence here.
Thank
So is
you.
there any final words you have for us?
Generally. Well, I'll say that as much as possible, we are human beings with individual,
Differences.
preferences,
Okay.
individual tastes, individual personalities. I was talking about my siblings, talking about people, talking about even the situation, for example. Let's just remember as much as possible. Let's embrace our individualities and try to develop as much as possible. Grow yourself. Don't be so bent on that's how I am. That's how we are in our family. That's a rubbish thing to say, right? Know yourself, self-awareness, figure out who you are and work on yourself, build, develop. And yes, pretty much I feel like life is just a journey of self-development and self-discovery. So yes.
Thank you
pretty much.
very much. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Yeah, that'll be all for today. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
listening to
having
this
me.
episode. Yeah. Okay, let's say our bye together. 1, 2, ready, go. Bye.
Bye.
Singinbee Talks. Subscribe to Singinbee Talks for more.